So I liked it very much, so I'm staying here. And I'm talking with Brune Failliot.
Yes.
Apologies for my terrible accent, but I don't speak French. Communications Director of Veuve Clicquot. Did I say that title right?
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. And we are here to talk about Veuve Clicquot, about your programs, about initiatives. But first, I want to start with something that struck my imagination, and I found it really, really interesting. So I researched Veuve Clicquot, the company, and the first thing that comes up on Google is the picture of Madame Clicquot, and next to it, a title, business person. And that was very surprising to me because that was a time, back in the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken, that women didn't even have the right to own their bank accounts. So please tell us more about the story of Madame Clicquot and how to bring it to the present, how it can inspire female entrepreneurs around the world.
Yeah. So yes, Madame Clicquot is a super inspiring character and someone that is really resonates with women entrepreneurs today. So I could spend hours talking about her, but we won't have a chance to enjoy the champagne after, so I will try to make it shorter and give you a few highlights of her life. So we are at the beginning of the 19th century. Madame Clicquot, she's a young wife. She married the son of the founder of a Clicquot champagne house a few years ago. And in 1805, she's 27 years old, and her husband dies. He passes away after a very strong typhoid fever, and so she's left alone with her small daughter. She's only 5 years old, and she's a widow.
I didn't know that.
Like you said, at that time in France, women were not allowed to work nor to have a bank account, and the only way they could work was to be a widow. So from her sadness, it became an opportunity for her, and she took over the reins of the house. She's only 27, she's super determined, super bold, and she really contributes to change not only the brand and to expand it globally, but she completely revolutionized the champagne industry. She was a great creative, great innovator. She invented, tools that are still in use today. When we make champagne, for those of you who know the process, she invented, the riddling table made to clarify the champagne and to improve the quality. She invented the first blended rosé. So she was really a true innovator. And I think, going back to your question, that's something that is really true for women entrepreneurs today. Be creative, be innovator. To really change the game and disrupt industries is very important. She was also a strong business conqueror. At that time, Napoleon had many wars in Europe, so it was super difficult to ship products abroad. And she found many very smart ways to send the bottles in 5 different continents. And there is this one quote from her that I find that I love, which is, "I want my brand to rank first from New York to St. Petersburg."
Wow.
We are in the 19th century, and for a woman to say the word brand, which is kind of a marketing term, and to have this global vision is something super disruptive. So I could continue for hours about Madame Clicquot,
also.
But after her death, she was named La Grande Dame of Champagne, the Great Lady of Champagne, and I think that really sums up, her audacity and the fact that she never gave up to develop Veuve Clicquot across the world.
She will be my new question to the answer, which person that is not here with us would you like to have dinner, lunch, breakfast with? So that would be Madame Clicquot for me.
I cannot arrange that for you, unfortunately. But
so Veuve Clicquot also has a program, the Bold program, that is here now. It's celebrating its 50th anniversary, so it's been running since 1972.
1972, yeah.
And you are celebrating and supporting female entrepreneurship around the world. So it's like really continuing her vision. And I was wondering if you could share with us some, top findings from your from all your contacts with all these women entrepreneurs around the world.
Yeah.
What is the top 3 findings that you can say that are, could help everyone
So
here?
just to give you a bit of background on the BOLD initiative, so it was created in 1972, so it was quite a pioneering act for Champagne House because it was 50 years ago. The first act of the program was to create the Bold Woman Award that celebrates or rewards female leaders in each country. It first started in France, and it was developed in the UK, in Ireland, in Switzerland, etc. It will come in Greece very soon, I promise. It's very important to have.
We are anticipating.
And since the foundation of the prize, it has been deployed in 27 countries, and overall we have 450 women that have been awarded with the Bold Woman Award across the world. So it's a fantastic community of role models that are super inspiring for the younger generation, and we really try to give them a super strong voice to inspire young ladies to start their own business, etc. But beyond the prize, we do a lot more, and we have some initiatives happening in Greece, but we will come back to that after. One of our key initiatives is in 2018, so 4 years ago, we developed the first wave of our international barometer to evaluate the state of female entrepreneurship across the world. So we surveyed 30,000 people, men and women, in 18 countries, and we asked them many, many questions, really to understand what was the structural and the mental barriers of women entrepreneurs in those countries. And there are many super interesting findings. They are all in open source on our website. If you are interested, it's a big, big research. But I will give you a few key findings. Obviously, across the world, there are more men entrepreneurs than women entrepreneurs. Why is that? It's because for women, it's a lot more difficult for them they are, let's say, afraid to not find the right balance between their entrepreneurial life and their family life, which is never a problem for men. Yes. Then there is also something that is super inspiring, is that young women who want to start their own business, they need, and they say that they want to be inspired by role models. More than 80% of women want to be inspired by role model. What is striking is that only less than 20% can name the name of a female entrepreneur. So there is a gap between the need and what is accessible. So this is why it's super important to give a voice to the audacious female entrepreneurs and make sure that we give them a strong visibility so that not only they are known, but also they keep on emboldening and inspiring, etc., etc. And then maybe I can give you just a last learning. When we identified everything that young women entrepreneurs say they need as part of, to overcome the structural barriers, they need to get confidence, self-confidence.
Yeah, we were talking about that before as well.
Too often women have less self-confidence than men. They need to build a network. And, when you start your business, it's always a challenge to build a network, but it's key, to find investors, partners, clients, etc. But sometimes women, between their family life, their business, etc., don't have time to spend, to meet people, which is a crucial need to get successful. And then they need to have more easy access to investors. The getting access to finance is very difficult for women, a lot more than for men across the world.
As the co-founder of Women on Top, I know that very well, and it's very complementary with what we discussed before, what you just said, for the financing gap, the self-confidence. So thank you for stressing this again. So in order to bring about change, we need first to have conversations like this one, and also like the bold conversations that the BOLD program with Veuve Clicquot is doing in partnership with Marie Claire, which is an initiative that brings together around the same table and having dinner and probably champagne, women across fields that discuss a certain topic. So my last question to you is, what is the conversation that you think should be the one we have to be focusing on around female entrepreneurship and the support we all need to accelerate things?
So the first conversation, was about education.
Yes, and the first. So will we show the video? Is it available? As we speak. Okay, so we will interrupt at some point. Yes, the video is here. Thank you.
Φέρνοντας στο νου τη δική σου παιδική εμπειρία, τι είναι αυτό που θα ήθελες να παραμείνει ίδιο και τι είναι αυτό που θα ήθελες να γίνει διαφορετικά για το παιδί σου?
Δεν θυμάμαι να αγαπώ το σχολείο, θυμάμαι να το αποδέχομαι, όπως να αποδέχομαι ότι πρέπει να είμαι μαθήτρια. Σήμερα μπορώ να πω ότι εύχομαι να είμαι μαθήτρια για πάντα.
Μιλάμε για την εκπαίδευση πάρα πολλές φορές σαν να είναι κάτι ξεχωριστό από τη ζωή. Και ξεχνάμε ότι αυτά τα δύο αλληλοδιαπλέκονται.
Σίγουρα αυτό που θα ήταν πάρα πολύ σημαντικό είναι πώς θα ενισχύσουμε αυτή τη βιωματική εμπειρία μέσα στην τυπική εκπαίδευση.
Ο Γκόμπριχ είχε πει ότι η ιστορία στην πραγματικότητα είναι μία. Αν τη μαθαίνουμε μέσω από την ιστορία της τέχνης κάπου αλλού, αυτό είναι ένα άλλο ζήτημα.
Οι οικογένειες και το κοινωνικό περιβάλλον να έχει μια πιο όριμη απόκριση έναντι της διαφορετικότητας.
Χρειαζόμαστε ένα πρόγραμμα σεξουαλικής εκπαίδευσης συμπεριληπτικό και ολοκληρωμένο σε όλες τις βαθμίδες εκπαίδευσης.
Χρειαζόμαστε αυτή τη στιγμή μια τεράστια αλλαγή στην παιδεία, συνθέμελη αλλαγή στο παράδειγμα παιδείας, διότι χρειαζόμαστε συνθέμελη αλλαγή στον πολιτισμό μας.
Έχει σπουδαίους ανθρώπους που ζουν και προσφέρουν και εργάζονται μέσα σε αυτό, χωρίς όμως κανένα πλαίσιο ελεύθερης διάδρασης και διακίνησης των ιδεών.
Ο τρόπος σκέψης και το mindset είναι αυτό που πρέπει να βουλευτεί έτσι ώστε να στοχεύσουμε σε ενήλικες με διαφορετική προσέγγιση στο μέλλον.
A brief note, it's very nice to see my co-founder facilitating all these conversations in 2023, so it's like she's here.
So you were asking me about the new theme, so this one was about education. I don't think, the next one will be about women empowerment and the key, what needs to be, the tips to achieve success in their business. For me, all the topics can be addressed. There is no taboo topic. There is one thing that I find quite interesting and something that collectively as a woman and in Women Network we don't necessarily talk enough about is it's the role of men in the world of women entrepreneurship and beyond. For us at Veuve Clicquot, we are firm believers that we are not going to change the world without half of the population. So we need, men to take action. We need men to be part of the game. We need men, to be part of the program, of the conversations, to give their point of views and to concretely act. One of the things that we do, in all the programs, all the events, etc., we try to include men. But also, in 2019, we created for the first time the Ball Champion Award as part of the Ball Woman Award, which great. It's a prize that reward a man that has taken concrete actions in his company, in his different field, etc., to increase the visibility of women. And I think that this is something that we can collectively think on, is how can men get more empowered and on this matter of women entrepreneurship. And I will finish by just like you said, inviting us because it's like you said, it's the 50th anniversary of the Bold Initiative. And on December 1st in France, in Paris, we will host a big event for those of you who know Paris at the Olympia, which is an iconic concert hall. And it will be really a global event celebrating our action, but beyond that, women entrepreneurs. So for those of you who are in Paris on December 1st, I would be more than happy to have you there.
And take your male friends with you.
Yes, I'm not paying for the flight tickets, but if you happen to be in Paris, I would be happy to have you so that you can know more about our initiative, which is, I think, super strong, and I'm passionate about it.
Thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.